Hey guys, what's going on? Good to see everyone. Thank you for coming. And I just want to welcome you all to the third annual YouTube Never Give Up Conference. And it's actually called We the People. And it's We the People because all it is a group of all of us who come together with one common goal, which is to encourage and inspire. And the people that decide to say yes are doing it because they want to see all of us doing better, including themselves. So before we go into everything, I want to say thank you for coming. You got BKNY, shout outs to you. Thank you for being here. And you got Terry, Minister Terry, shout outs to you. And let's see, who else is here? Who else is here? Hey Buddha, how you doing? Buddha of Destiny, namaste. Namaste, mama sama natuta. What's going on? Good to see you. J Dog is in the house. V Max Show, V Max Show, Mix Show was here earlier. She said she'll come back. So shout outs to her. Um, Definitely consider hitting that share link because you never know who may be encouraged or inspired by or may need to hear a word that any one of us is saying. So I just want to say again, thank you for being here. And before we start, how is everybody doing? I know we don't get to see each other every day, but I just want to know how you're doing. Comment in the chat how your day was so that we could, get into the feel of it. And also, if you have been here for any other YouTube conference, and if you started from the beginning when we first had our first one, then, comment and let me know too. You're hanging in there. That's great. Good to know. I am doing well. I actually worked today, y'all. Yes, I literally just came in from an event. I took a quick shower just because I knew that I had to be here. And it just so happened I picked up this event like last minute. And there's certain things you just can't say no. Business has to keep on moving. So it was a decent day. Like I'll tell you guys more about it a little later, but it was a good day, and I definitely I feel blessed, and I hope by the end of this conference, you all will feel blessed as well. Hey, J Dog. So I want to tell you guys about the people that will be speaking this evening. So some of you do know Wellness with Frugal Mama. I met her maybe like a year ago or two, had to be almost 2 years ago. And I don't know how I met Wellness, but she had another name before that. But it was like I would go into her chats because she used to do a study, a study live. So it was a silent study live. And I thought it was so interesting. And she also did cleaning lives. And it was just like I used to sit in her live because I understood what it felt like when you were trying to get to a goal. And so I just wanted to sit in the lives and and support. But what the commonality of Wellness and I is that we both speak about the same thing, about inspiring people. And what's really dope about her channel is that she primarily focuses on the wellness of your outer and inner, but more so how we take care of our bodies. And you guys know I love the gym and I be in there whenever I can. I missed it today because I just slept in a little bit. But I definitely enjoy her channel when it comes to wellness and just all of the inspirational books that she shares, the quotes, and you should really check out her channel if you haven't done so. If somebody who's a mod could drop her link in case you guys want to, support her channel as well and subscribe. The other person, some of you do know, some of you don't know, but is I am Tracy Lee. I also met her 3 years ago. I met I am Tracy Lee. She, of course, had another name. And I met her when we were all trying to get to a goal as well. And she was sharing her lock journey. And again, the most intricate, interesting part of I am Tracy Lee is she is in wellness as well. She definitely has, you know, she definitely knows her thing about nutrition and wellness. You may have seen unboxings that I've done of her. I think it was, what was it? I know I did an unboxing of one of her businesses. And then she had the pills, guys, the black seed pills, vitamins. I did an unboxing for that. So I definitely am super excited and thankful that I met these two ladies and that they both said yes. And I'm also grateful to know that we all share a common factor, which is wellness. You know what I mean? So just sit back, relax. At the end of this, we'll have a time where we'll all come on the panel. If you have questions or concerns or anything like that, you can definitely ask at the end. But this is primarily a time for you all, for all of us, including myself, to sit back and be fed. Okay. To sit back and be fed inspiration that we all need. We can never be too far off or um, not in a need of having some type of inspiration. I know I've seen things where they say, too much inspiration isn't good, but depending on how your day may have gone, depending on how you may be thinking or feeling at that moment, someone may be doing something so human that will inspire you. So, without further ado, um, I would love for you all to sit back, relax, and enjoy Wellness with Frugal Mama. Please, again, share the stream out so more people can hear what she has to say, and keep an open heart and mind and soul. Okay, so without further ado, I want to introduce you guys all, if you've never met her before, to Wellness with Frugal Mama.
Okay, that it would help if I unmute. Hello, everybody. It's your girl, Frugal Mama. Thank you so much for being here. I appreciate you. So if for those who don't know me or not aware of who I am Tasharia. I go by Wellness with Frugal Mama. I started off YouTube as Frugal Mama Boys, but then YouTube got larger, like life got larger. So had a little transition. Transition is good. Okay, so with that being said, let me just calm down because I am so excited. When she said never give up, I was like, yes, I am in. Because everybody go through things. Like some people go through less things, different things, whatever the case may be. But we all go through things. And those things are designed to make us stronger, to show that we can prevail, to be a testimony to somebody else, to because you're not gonna go through nothing that God ain't gonna bring you through. And I truly believe that with all my heart. So let me start off with where my YouTube journey began. She gave me a time limit, so I got to hurry up with this, okay? But I started YouTube, and just because I was sitting on the floor with my children at that time. So probably about 2 years ago, they're 8 and 5 now, so they were probably about 5 and 3, something like that. And but I'm 46 right now, so you just put all this in reference to what I'm saying. So I was sitting on the floor with my kids playing cards and doing all kind of whatever we was doing, and I went to get up and I couldn't move, y'all. I could not move. My back went out. Now I knew I had some issues because I've been in a lot of situations, military training, car wrecks, just sitting, being very sedentary. Whatever you name it, I done been through it. Okay, when it comes to putting my body, I was a cheerleader for like 4 years and tumbling and doing all the things. And so my body, I have actually this top vertebrae is actually fused to my skull, occipital bone. And then I have, like, when you look at the x-rays of my body, be like, how is this girl even walking? Because God got me. That's the only reason why. Like, I have little fragments of bone that has separated from my vertebrae, and it just sits out. And if it touches the spine, it's like, oh, I get a sensation. And then I have some messed up stuff in my lower lumbar. So, but anyway, with that being said, I said it's time to do something. At that time, I had stopped weighing myself when I realized I was at 214 pounds, when I usually weigh about 135, 140. I'm comfortable at that weight. So I don't know I don't know how much I was weighing at that time, because like I had my son was like 2 or 3 years old. My youngest son was 2 or 3 years old, and I had gone through postpartum depression and didn't even realize it, because all we are taught is to push through, be strong, be strong, be strong. But we have to realize that we are not one-dimensional beings, y'all. We go through a gamut of emotions, which, maybe feeling happy, sad, excited, all in a matter of moments or minutes or hours or whatever the case may be. But we always say, don't worry, be happy. No, you're not always happy, but you're not always sad either. So we have to have the established a mode of balance. And that's what I realized now. But before, it's like, okay, I felt like I just had to be, superwoman. But I wasn't. I was like drowning. I was drowning in my own self-pity, and I was sad, and I was not fulfilled. And so at that time, I said, you got to do something. I have to do something. I can't go on like this. Cannot go on like this. I wasn't feeling like I wanted to, do anything personally to myself or whatever, but I said I had to do something. I said, well, what can I do? Lord, what am I good at? And I said, well, you know what? I'm just going to get up and I'm going to stretch. If I can't do nothing else, I can stretch. Okay, I can stretch it out. I had been in physical therapy 1,000 times, I'm telling you, over the years. And one of my chiropractors said, he said, you know what? You are not going to, and this was years ago. I go back to him, go into there, get an adjustment, everything. He said, you going to go back until you get your body right. You have to lose weight. You have too much weight on your spine. Like, you are putting too much pressure on yourself, And so I said, I can get up and I can stretch. And I said, this is going to be great. And it wasn't, because I was like, oh, now what? But that being said, I challenged my family. I challenged my whole family. I say, whoever, because I coupon, and I prep for, got to stay ready so you don't have to get ready. So I said, anybody, I had put together like a $50 bundle of toilet paper, dishwashing liquid, and all this kind of stuff. Whoever win in 30 days, whoever loses the most weight, here, this is going to be yours. Everybody was excited. Woo, everybody excited. We're going to do this thing. It ended up being myself and my cousin. And I was like, whoa, what happened to everybody? But you get excited at first, but let me tell you something. Excitement, it doesn't last. Motivation doesn't last. You have to establish and maintain healthy habits. And if you don't, you just steadily doing that 360. Steadily doing that 360. And in the midst of all of this, I said, you know what? It's not, let me slow down. That was in March of 2020. I was my child had gone on spring break. And I was off work. Well, on that Sunday before I was supposed to go to work on Monday, they said, we're not going back into the office. That's when the whole everything exploded. I was like, what? We're not going back to the office? Am I fired? What was going on? What is going on? So I said, okay, all right, what we gonna do? And then so my manager said, I'll fill you in when you back officially at work. Okay, cool. I have been on my job now 23 years. So let's keep this all in perspective. They quick to let the old timers go, you know what I'm saying? So, they try to take you out to go, whatever. But I said, okay, let me get my mind right. So I said that was March. I lost 11 pounds in that month. And my cousin had lost like 8 pounds. But I gave her the bundle anyway for just participating. But so then I was like, now what? Now what? Okay, so I got to make this fast. So I don't have that much time. So about what was that, May? Because it was right. What's in May? Memorial Day or whatever. I said, you know what? I'm gonna lose 30 pounds in 60 days. That's what I'm gonna do. But I had no accountability. I had nobody like partnering with me. And it was like, okay, I have to do this all by myself. I said, I'm gonna start a YouTube channel because everybody had been saying you should be a coach. You should be a coach. Cause I used to walk to work. I used to be in the military, National Guard. So in order to stay trained, in order to stay ready for a battle, I used to just walk to work. I had a place about 7 miles from work, so I would walk to work and walk home from work. And they would be like, "Man, you so up, you so in shape, whatever." I wore heels. This was years ago, 10 years ago, and everybody said you should be a trainer. And I was a corporate trainer, and I'm telling you, it was the best time of my life. But anyway, I said I'm gonna lose 30 pounds in 60 days. I'll challenge myself, but to hold myself accountable, I started my YouTube channel. I had already had a YouTube channel, but I was just watching people. I would sit at my desk and kiki and listen to comedy because I love to smile. I love to smile. They're like, "Why do you always smiling?" And that's like, you know what? I get sad or whatever, but we can't stay in that place. Like we cannot stay in that place. You have to figure out what's good in it all. You're saying you have a flat tire, man. I'm glad I had that flat tire because that could have kept me from having a car accident or seeing somebody, whatever, something. That everything, there's a blessing in everything. There is a blessing in it all. When blessing in your struggles, a blessing in your blessings, a blessing in your happiness, a blessing in it all. When I tell you, okay. And so, but anyway, I lost 27.9 pounds in that 60 days. But then I still felt like, okay, yeah, now what? And I felt better. Of course, you feel better when you eating better. Your brain feel better. You have less brain fog and all of this kind of stuff. But I said, now. So then I said, you know what? It's time to go back to therapy. It's time to unpack all of this childhood trauma, whatever. I'm all filled with, and it's time to, really make it do what it do. Okay. So then I started therapy. Now I started talking about, what happened to me at 12 years old, what happened to me. I'm telling you, I'm not going to say all the words, but we have SA and R and M. If you know those words in the mental health capacity, then you understand what I'm saying. But I start to say, then I forgive. I forgive those people who did those things to me because they were probably suffering. I forgive. And I read this book, Forgive for Good. I'm telling you, y'all, pick up some books, boy. It will help you release and feel so much lighter. I forgive you. I forgive you. I forgive me. Because I felt like, oh, this is my fault. I must have done something wrong. No, just because something happened to you does not mean that you did something wrong. Just because you go through something don't mean that, that's the end all. Hey, I'm telling you, we all go through somebody. And then everybody would say, okay, well, this happened to somebody, so they're going to do that to somebody else. The things that happened to me, I never wanted to inflict upon anybody. As a matter of fact, it made me wanted to protect other people as much, even more. Baby, let me tell you something. When I let that go, I felt like a release. I was like, oh, and then the weight just kept falling off. But then I got to a point where I was like, oh, I don't even know who I was, because I was like, I went from being so gaining so much weight I didn't realize who I was to losing so much weight I didn't even look like myself anymore. So, but there's always that balance. And I said that all to say we have to make sure that our mind is strong. Our hearts are filled with peace, positivity, and thoughts of prosperity, because no matter if you have $1 in your pocket or $100 million in your pocket, that does not make you happy. What's going to make you happy is a peace of mind and love. Period. That's God is love. The world is supposed to be about humanity. And that's one of the reasons why I was like let's say, like, when you just attracted to somebody, attracted to, that energy of love and humanity that Joy speaks about. I don't remember how. I think we met on Burns Junk Closet, which is now Elevate with Burn. Hey, Elevate with Burn. But anyway, I love a good theme song. Okay. But anyway, I said, I tell myself, I say, anything that happened, you get a good 3 days. You get 3 days to go ahead and feel sorry for yourself, whatever. Then you got to move on. I had a pastor one time to say, okay, when does that excuse expire? Because I'm gonna let you have that time. You tell me when that excuse expires, and then we're gonna move on from whatever that is. Okay, you may revisit that situation, but you can't stay there. You can't live in that space of hurt, that space of whatever it is, and but because you have to allow your flower to blossom. You know what I'm saying? You have to, because that's the part of being on the earth. We have to be able to help one another. Because I was like caught up in the point where, I thought once I had kids, because I had reached out to so many other people, that there would be a support that really wasn't there. My cousin was there, and then that was pretty, it just wasn't there like I was expecting. Like I didn't have my first child. I was almost a week from turning 38 years old, but everybody that I had been there, baby showers, wedding, this kind of birthday, where is everybody? Whoa. Where y'all at? But that's not how the life where you cannot do things and expect something in return. Now, I didn't do those things at that time expecting something in return. But I realized who my friends were. I had my fave five, and I'm telling you, if I had the flu, they was there. I had I had whatever. One time I went blind, y'all. Literally, I couldn't see a doggone thing, and my girls came through. So I knew who my peoples are, for real, for real. And y'all know, One Busy Mama, it's just something that just magnetized, like, that's my girl, like, for real, for real. And Boss Lady Denise, because it's something that just says they got a good heart. And like One Busy Mama, something happened. I was like, man, how can I help? I just felt like, well, how can I help? I think she was sick or something. I was like, can I send some food? I'm thinking in my head, I'm walking around here trying to think, how can I help? And that's how I know that is a real, true, genuine friendship. And it's something that I cherish. But anyway, I think I'm about talking enough. But I always want to help, motivate, and encourage anybody that I possibly can, but while keeping myself rooted and grounded. One of my affirmations that I say each and every day: I am powerful, rooted, and strong. I am powerful, rooted, and strong. I am powerful, rooted, and strong. I might as well make another song out of that. But because we have to realize that what the words that we speak, what we watch, what we listen to, like I used to listen to a whole bunch of ratchet rap music. I ain't gonna even lie to y'all. And I would feel like, and I would be wanting to fight, and I would be quick tempered, I would quick to pop off, and like somebody cut me off in traffic, I'm cussing and fussing, but they ain't even thinking about me. They're not thinking about me. You know what I'm saying? So I just be like, you know what? I am, baby, gone on. Now I'll be like, oh, hey, if you need to get around me, go ahead. Let me slow down for you. So most of the time, that's how I am, because I just want love. I just want to love the world, and for us to empower ourselves and to elevate from whatever emotions and things that we have gone through or may go through. Because let me tell you, some people wake up and say, I can't do it no more. Well, yes, you can. If you woke up, you have a purpose, and God has a plan for your life. We just have to realize what that is, and then be ready to take steps toward making something happen each and every day. Take a step. What I say, we in our morning workout, we say, we're not giving up. We're gonna work toward our goals, dreams, and aspirations, baby. Go do something toward your goals, your dreams, your aspirations, whether you 1 or 101. We all have a purpose and a plan for our lives, and we gotta continue to make it do what it do in 2022 and beyond. Because this is just the beginning, baby. This is just the beginning. So that's what I have. Never give up. Never give up. I'm telling you, because if I had given up based on the things that I went through when I was 12 years old, when I was 12 years old, my sister was 16. She had her first child. And I just wanted to, what is this talking about? Because then people didn't talk about that kind of stuff. So you just had to learn through experience of just trying to ask your dumb other 12-year-olds, because it wasn't talked about. You don't talk about that kind of stuff. So just then I was like, oh, okay, what's up? But anyway, y'all, like I said, never give up, because my mom said, you need to go to college, you need to get a good education, but then nobody have a pathway on how to do it. How do I do this? How do I fill out this application? This, that. Just steadily just going back, trying to feel your way through life. And that's why I say I talk to my children about everything. Hey, what's up? What's this? You know what this body part is? You know what this body, they may try to call it this, you may try to, but hey, no, you know what I'm saying? And it's just like, you never give up on yourself. You never give up on your goals, your dreams, your aspirations. You may say, I want to be a truck driver. Well, go ahead, shoot. Hey, go ahead. Whatever you want to be. You want to be the president of the United States. It ain't too late. Okay, just go ahead. And you may not, like they say, you may reach for the stars, reach for the moon, but you grab a star. Something, whatever the case may be. You can't lose by trying. And if you fail, like I started this 90-day reset recently, y'all. And I said, I'm going to do these 9 things. Is that right? 9 things. And I failed twice so far, but I said, I'm starting back on Monday. Baby, I'm never going to get up on myself. And I'm never giving up on my my people. Whatever you all are trying to do, I'm with you. I'm support you. Just, hey, I'm here. So that's what I say. Never give up on yourself, your goals, your dreams, your aspirations, whatever they may be.
Yes, that was good. Thank you. Thank you so much for sharing. Um, you didn't have to stop, okay? Because you just never know who may need to hear what you're saying. And when you're in the flow of it, nothing is in vain. Not one little piece of your vocals are in vain. So I appreciate you. I'm gonna bring you back up at the end.
Okay.
But thank you so much for saying yes and being here. I hope you guys enjoyed it as much as I did, because I was sitting there like, yeah, yeah. So I appreciate you.
Okay.
Um, so guys, that was Wellness with Frugal Mama. Please again consider joining her channel, subscribing if you haven't already done so. She does wonderful workouts. So if you can catch her live, you can catch her live. If you can catch a replay, then you can catch a replay. But there's simple exercises, anybody can do them. And again, she says she does couponing, and a lot of her videos have the information about couponing. And I'll be sitting there like, dang, man, I wish I could get into that. So thank you so much, Wellness with Frugal Mama. And the next person that's going to come up this evening is I Am Tracy Lee. Again, met her a couple years ago. You guys have seen her on Hello World. She's been interviewed by me, and she's just amazing. So I'm not even going to say anything more. I'm just going to bring I Am Tracy Lee up and let her empower and encourage and inspire you. So thank you so much, guys, for being here again. And here is I Am Tracy Lee.
I'm muted. Okay. Can you hear me now? Can you guys hear me? Okie doke. So we're going to start over. I start off by saying thanks so much for having me, Joy. It is always, always a pleasure to be here. Really inspired and encouraged by the sister who, Wellness Frugal Mama, who just went. We have some things in common. My personal struggle has been with my weight. And, this topic is very fitting for not just the weight, but for the purpose why I too started my YouTube channel. I started my new YouTube channel back in 2017. And my reason was, it was, not to make any coin. My reason for starting the channel was so that it was like my own little personal therapy session. YouTube for me back in 2017 when I started, was just me sharing my heart and not knowing that it would literally open the door to being a blessing to other people who were struggling and going through some of the same challenges that I was facing at that time. Fast forward, I wasn't really active on YouTube in 2017, but every now and again, I would come and have a conversation with the camera, again, as a way of therapy for me. And so fast forward to 2018, I started. Can you guys hear? Okay, cool. I started a lock journey. I, cut all my natural hair down to probably an inch and two-strand twisted my locks. And I started the journey here. And that was simply to journal the journey so that I could go back and look at, my process, look at the growth and things of that nature. And so, that too turned out to be pretty interesting because that channel, because of the lock content and the natural hair content, began to grow tremendously. And again, I wasn't there for the purpose of making any coin. I was there just to share a journey. I could relate to the sister who spoke before me. My circle, I don't have a circle. I will be 54 years wise in January of 2023. So, you grow and you learn. And, I have a dot. I have people that, not really in a close circle with me, but you go through life learning who's going to be standing when you're going through. You can have everybody in your corner when all is well for you. But as soon as the challenges begin to come, that's when you begin to find out who's for you and who's really not. And it's okay too, because, I know you guys have heard the saying, some people come into your life for a reason, some people a season, and some people a lifetime. And so we just have to learn to appreciate when the season is over. We need to learn to appreciate it. And so, as of late, I have not been really consistent with my channel. And, I have a whole lot of things going on, but it is my desire to continue to build and not give up the foundation that's previously been laid. And so I feel like, I'm a pretty good candidate to come and share with people who may feel like, I don't feel real creative. I don't feel the way that I did when I started. I don't feel, I don't feel like posting. I don't feel like uploading. I don't feel like soliciting friends, soliciting subscribers, soliciting people that are going to genuinely and organically support me, And so that's the place that I've been in. I've been in that place of really trying to reinvent myself as far as creativity goes. You guys can see my hair has grown tremendously. And so my lock videos have become far and in between because it's not really much that I need to do with this real easy, low maintenance hairstyle to be able to come and give people advice in that area. So I started to include and incorporate some other things that I like to do. And, wellness is definitely one of them. And so back in 2018, I also started a keto and intermittent fasting journey. I lost 39 pounds real fast, right? But I learned something in that process of going through. I've been intermittent fasting now for about 4 or 5 years. And so that is still an intricate part of my life and of my journey. But I've kind of dropped off on the keto. I've picked up strength training. I'm learning so much. But with regards to you being a content creator on YouTube and feeling like you don't have anything else to give, and I know I'm not just talking to myself. I know, we all hit that place where it's just like, I just don't feel like I want to do this anymore. What helped me, and I'm, tonight prayerfully, it will help encourage somebody else too to pick the baton back up. If you're passionate about why you started the YouTube channel, is that I went back and I remember my why. I remember why I started. Initially, I started for myself as I began to see that what I had to share and offer was a blessing to other people. The subscribers became my why. Wanting to pour into somebody who otherwise can't afford a loctician or can't afford to keep the upkeep on their hair was my why. I started to remember that, people that I talked to when I shared about, first came on with my therapy sessions and shared about the death of my mother and how I had a real hard time struggling and going through the process of grieving her and getting my life back on track. It was for those people who didn't have a voice and didn't have anybody to talk to, I remembered my why. And you know what? One of the things that I realized that it doesn't matter how many times you feel like I don't feel like doing this today. I guarantee you, as you begin to remember your why, you're going to get back up again. In life, we realize that a lot of the things that we are challenged with is not really about us. When we come to the other side of that challenge and there's somebody who, enters into our life, probably on the workplace or via YouTube, they're dealing and they're challenged with the thing that we've dealt with already, then you understand that your purpose and your reason for having to go through it was for that person. Everything that we deal with and go through in life and are challenged with in life is for somebody else. I'm telling you what I learned in my 53 years here on this earth is that it's not about us, and that when we begin to give up on ourselves, we give up on everything and everybody that's connected to us. And so it is imperative that you don't give up. It is imperative that you hold on, and it is imperative that you remember your why. You know, sometimes we want to look outside of ourselves. We want the pat on the back. We want the validation. We want people to take our hand and walk us through. But there's some paths and some valleys that we go through in life where we can only travel that path alone. And the lessons that we learn on the other side of it are very, very powerful. And so if you ask the most successful person in the world how they become successful, they're going to tell you because of all the times that I failed, that I chose not to get up. Giving up is a choice. Giving up is you coming to the conscious decision that I'm not going to do this anymore. And so me personally, it's a personal thing. It is in for me, and I'm just sharing about me. You know, I can't talk about anybody else, but hopefully somebody can relate. I like to make sure that I finish what I start. You know, a lot of times that's what we do. We go through life and we pick up this and we pick up that. Remember when I said that giving up is a habit? And so as you learn a thing, the same way that brushing your teeth is a habit, washing your face is a habit, these things become natural. Giving up will become ultimately natural for you. And that's not something that you want to take on as a personality trait in your life, as being somebody that give up as soon as the wind begin to blow, soon as the storms begin to rise. Because another thing that I found out in my short life is that it's just before, you know, when things get the heaviest, is that on the other side of that is your breakthrough. Sometimes we're right here. We're right here at the cusp of what we been hoping for. We're right here at the cusp of waking up the next day, and you didn't had a viral video. One of your videos then went viral. Right there at the cusp of throwing in the towel when things get heaviest, and we just give up. And so I'm not in the business of practicing giving up. I'm not in the business of practicing throwing in the towel. I'm not in the business of speaking things that I don't want to see come to fruition in my life, because and the sister said it too, what we begin to speak, we begin to see. And so if I have to see it to see it, we have to have some type of vision. I'm sure those of you guys who create every single day, upload every single day, or get in your little creativity space and begin to write out some of the things that you want to bring to your channel, that you want to bring to your business, that you want to bring to your business, that you want to bring ideas that you want to bring to your family with your children. I know that when you get in those creative spaces, is in those times that sometimes we can hit a roadblock. Sometimes we can feel like I don't have anything else to give, but it's in those times that you have to remember your why. And again, I'm stressing that because I want to let somebody know today that I don't care where you are right now, you can finish strong. I don't care if you've already laid down the baton, you can pick it back up again. It is how many days? We got a few more days left here in I believe it's 69 more days left in 2022, and somebody that gave up already, like we've already reached the end. No, it's not the end yet. And so you have 69 days to get it together. You have 69 days to pick that thing back up again. You have 69 days to convince yourself to remember your why, or to remind yourself to remember your why. We are in a time right now of instant gratification, right? We're in a age of people wanting microwave give results. And I found out that when you get something quick like that, it doesn't last. But when you work hard for something, you have a level of appreciation, you have an attitude of gratitude, you care for it in a way that you wouldn't care for it if it came instantly. And so there's a reason and a purpose for everything. And if you got a pulse, if you're breathing, if you're on this live tonight, if you are typing in the chat tonight, that means you got a pulse. And if you have a pulse, you have a purpose. Everybody with a pulse have a purpose. There is no such thing as instant microwave success. But I'm gonna tell you, you are right there, and at the place that you need to be. We have to look at things in a different light. And I say this often. You guys who follow me may have heard me say it before. I love the analogy of the glass half full and the glass half empty, because the reality is that it is still half full. And so that is the part that we have to make the decision to focus on. We could give audiences all day long on the part that's half empty. We could talk about it. And listen, words have energy. Life and death are in the power of the tongue. So what you talking about all day long is what you are created in your life, what you are created in your space. And so I'm challenging you, everybody under the sound of my voice, to begin to speak what you want to see, begin to say what you want to see, begin to put decrees in the atmosphere. Affirmations are very powerful. Again, it's words. You have the power to give life and you have the power to give death. And so the things that you complain about, those are the things that you are invited into your life. The people that you talk about in a negative way, that's the stuff that you're invited into your life. Shift the trajectory of the way that you talk, the way that you think, and the way that you see yourself in these next 69 days, and you can have what you say. You have to see it to see it. You have to see it to see it. And so I want to just share with you guys just something encouraging for you to, and I like to do like a little sticky note ministry. I tell people I have a sticky note ministry. That means that I got sticky notes, reminders all over the place. So when distraction comes to try to get my focus, I am constantly reminded of where I'm going. I might not be where I want to be, but I'm on my way somewhere. And this is not the time to throw in the towel, and this is not the time to quit. Figure out what you lack. Do self-inventory on the place that you are in now. A lot of times we don't like to have that one-on-one confrontation with ourselves. You know what I'm talking about? We don't like to do that have that mirror time with ourselves, to look within ourselves, because a lot of times we are our biggest critics. We are the ones that's holding our own selves back. We are the ones that's in our own way. It's not the people that's talking. The people that's talking, if you got that, if you have people that's talking, those are your promoters, right? You heard the phrase, your haters make you greater. And so again, we're going to look at the half full part of the glass, and we're going to just say how we see it. How we see it is when we get wind that there's backroom conversations going on, then we are excited about that, because that's free promotion, right? That's us looking at the glass half full. That's people that you would probably have never known who you were had not the person had your name in their mouths. That's us looking at the glass half full, right? And so we want to look at it half full. Be patient with yourself. These are things that you can go ahead and put down on your sticky note, because you're going to need to be reminded. Something's going to show up in your life that's going to make you question if you're doing the right thing for yourself, or if you're doing the right thing, or should you give up on everything that you put your heart, blood work, sweat, and tears into, as it relates to, I don't know how many content creators we have here, but as it relates to, if you're a content creator, your YouTube channel, you done grew it all this time, you done networked, you got all of these people who's expecting you to show up, and you're feeling some type of way. I want you to know that you're not here for you. You're here for those people who literally you've drawn into your sphere of influence. And I'm encouraging you not to quit. Even for people who are in businesses, there's a lot of small businesses right now struggling. We know why. If you're in business, you know why. But if you hold on, I promise you, you're going to be on the other side where you're going to be grateful and thankful with an attitude of gratitude that you did not give up and that you did not throw in the towel. So be patient with yourself. Celebrate every small victory, every small win. when, not looking, it may not be something great, it may not be something big, but it may be something that you've never experienced before. Start putting your focus on the things, the steps that you are making, even if you don't reach the full goal in the time that you set. You have to learn to celebrate the place that you are in, and that's what you have to do. So be proud for every single small victory and every single small win. Remember why you started. Again, remember your why, and remember how much you want it. The question is just going to roll back to how bad do you want it. Know that you will grow as a person just from going through it. Trials, tribulations, challenges are all designed to get you to the best version of yourself, right? It's designed to get you to be the best you that you can possibly be. It is designed to build and create character in you. It is designed to build you and cause you to be somebody who has integrity, somebody who does things in excellence. And so learn to embrace these times that you are challenged and that you are tried in the fire. Listen, anytime you put something in fire, it's not going to come out the same way, right? How many of you guys like to eat cake batter? Right? If I mean, personally, if you like cake, how many of you guys like cake? By show of ones in the chat. How many of you guys like cake? You ain't got to say what kind of cake, but how many of you guys like cake? All right. Okay. So how you like your cake? You like your cake before it's went through the fire, or do you like your cake in a bowl as a batter? Because I want you to understand, you love cake batter. Okay, well, you like cake batter. I like my cake done. And so I'm going to use that as an example that sometimes the best things have to go through the fire. The best things are forged in fire. And when you come out of it, it's real, real good, baby. I'm not trying to sit there with no spoon and eat no cake batter, sis. That's not going down. But I want you to understand that as it is with the cake, so it is with your life, that every trial and every fiery situation that you deal with, every challenge that you're faced with, all the opposition that comes to hit your life is designed so that you can come out on the other side better and not bitter. And so know that you will grow as a person just from going through it. Learn to be grateful for the things that you have now, the successes that you have now, the goals that you have accomplished now, while you are still struggling to get to the place that you desire to be. Have an attitude of gratitude. Learn to be resilient. Opposition is going to come. One thing I learned, that Tracy, when you are on the right track, things are going to hit your life to try to get you off track. Stay the course. When you listen, ain't nothing hitting your life, that's when you need to worry. Ain't nobody talking about you, that's when you need to worry. And you ain't going through nothing, that's when you need to worry. But if all hell is breaking loose in your life, you are in the right place at the right time. Stay the course. Remember that you have choices. You can choose to forge ahead. You can choose to not give up. You can choose to just press forward, or you can choose to give up. And remember, the choices that you make become habitual things that become natural things that are a part of your life. And so choosing to press forward becomes a natural thing if it's something that's habitual. It's something that's practiced. It's something that's done every day, which is why I have the sticky notes, because sometimes I got to remind my own self to stay the course. And so remember that you have choices, right? Find support, like-minded people who will support you in your vision, who will celebrate with you every victory, who will help to lift you up when you are weak, who will come to encourage you and be a cheerleader for you when you are going through it. Find that type of support from other people. What we tend to do, we tend to isolate ourselves. We tend to lock ourselves up, right? And in this isolated, locked up place, we are in torment, because not only are we reminding ourselves of how much of a failure we are, all the outside voices and things that we are thinking in our head that people already think about us is also reminding us of that too. So resist the temptation to isolate yourself and find the support that you need. Find support from like-minded people who are also on their way somewhere. And again, number 12, and this is my final thought, because again, like I told you guys, I have it all over the place, right? Have motivational reminders everywhere. Have motivational reminders everywhere so that when you're going through a funk, you can remind yourself that, listen, I can finish strong. I'm encouraging you not to give up, to hold on to your dreams, hold on to your visions, hold on to the things that you're passionate about. Again, if you have a pulse, you have a purpose, and your purpose is your passion. And I am encouraging you to just literally stay the course. Do not give up. You can. 62 days left, right? It's 62 days left. It's 69 days left in 2021, and you can finish strong. I'm done, sis.
That's all I got to say. Yo, so y'all, that was Iron Tracy Lee. We're gonna have her come back up again soon. Thank you so much. Y'all, when you're one accord, you know what I mean? Like, I don't talk to Iron Tracy Lee every day, but I guarantee you that we are on one accord because what I have to talk about is the power of the tongue. And in not giving up, it has a lot to do with what we say. So start practicing, today, right now, or whenever, because right now is usually the best time because you kind of shock yourself into doing something that you might say, okay, I'll start tomorrow, or let me go to the bathroom, let me take a shower, let me do my routine. And then all of a sudden, that thing that you wanted to do turns into a couple years later and you still haven't touched it. So, right now, whatever you have not done that you need to do, that you've been wanting to do, start speaking to yourself kindly. That's one of the points that I wanted to make. How we view ourselves will be how others view us, right? Because we end up attracting the kind of people that we have in our environments, whether we know it or not. Now it's time to be strategic. You got your information about having sticky notes all over the place. There's no reason why we can't be inspired at some point in the day by ourselves doing and putting in the work. But inside of all of us, inside of me, inside of you, we do need to start speaking kindly to ourselves. Take everybody else out the picture and start speaking kindly to yourself. Start saying kind words to yourself like, I love you. You are necessary. You are needed. You are loved. How many of you can say honestly to yourself that you are loved? Not that you're loved, but you are loved. That you are the kind of person, a human being that God, your maker, creator, whoever you believe in, created to be loved. Right? Look at yourself and understand that you are loved. Even though I can speak for myself, even though sometimes things go through my mind about certain individuals that, may not be so kind, but it doesn't take away the fact that I am loved. I'm not going to hold myself hostage for maybe having an off moment about a situation that I reacted to quickly instead of slowing down, remembering that I am loved. And remembering that my love, just like what Wellness with Frugal Mama said, our love can reunite a whole entire generation. Maybe the generations that we're in now might take a little longer, but there are people who are growing and they're going to glow just by your glow, just by your light. You know how, I don't know if any of you have gone to church, but for the New Year's Eve service, when I used to go to the New Year's Eve service, we used to do the candlelight section where we had one light, one candle that was lit, and then everybody else tipped their candle into the next candle to light. That's what the coming generation is doing. They're just waiting for us to have a good light. It doesn't have to be perfect, but just a light that they can grow and also glow and then share that with others. So start speaking kindly to yourself. Start being gentle with yourself. Again, the words and the disappointments that we hold for our own selves often determine how we have an outlook on life in general. Be gentle with yourself. We are all full of mistakes. It's okay, but we don't have to allow those mistakes to be running our lives. But just know that we do make mistakes. Don't hold yourself that harsh. Be gentle with yourself. We're learning as we're going along. You know what I mean? I've mentioned it once before, a couple times when I used to do Hello World every day, how our parents, like if we look at the age that our parents were when we were born, some of them were in their 20s. Some of them were in their early 20s. Some of them were teenagers. How in the world are we going to hold them that much accountable for things that they didn't know, but they were growing just like we? So be gentle with yourself if you have some ideas and notions that may not fit who you are becoming right now. Don't be so hard, be gentle. And then also, while you're being gentle and while you're speaking good and loving yourself, you will see your circle change. Your circle will become more beneficial. And when I say beneficial, whatever course that God, our maker, creator, or whoever you believe in has mapped out for our lives, there are certain people that need to be in our lives in order for us to fulfill the purposes that we were supposed to have or are supposed to have. But once we start allowing all of these things to start falling into place, you're going to understand, like, you're not going to fight of like, dang, why does this person, or why do I keep on running to people who betray me or are not showing as much love and genuineness that I show? Because now you would have attracted those people. You won't even have that argument anymore in your head. You won't even think those things in your head. So if you have not had fulfilling relationships, friendships, dating life, or whatever it is that you are right now, think about yourself and where you are. Do you understand that you are loved? Do you speak gently to yourself? Do you give yourself enough time to heal when things happen? Do you give yourself enough room to grow? Do you give yourself the opportunity to know that you should be growing every day? And growing every day doesn't necessarily mean that we're in a school. Could be just picking up a book. It could be being in somebody's live. It could be starting a different venture, doing the thing that you're afraid of most. Because guess what? At some point in time when we were growing, we were afraid to do things, but we just did it because that was growth. We didn't associate it with, oh my goodness, I'm growing. I need to learn how to do things on my own. We just did it. At what point are we going to go back to just allowing life to just be done? Not DONE, but just to do. I think that's something that we could think about. Just living our lives and understanding that without humanity, we can't grow. Without humbling yourself and showing yourself and being honest with yourself that you have messed up certain parts of your life, but you're not going to allow that to make the next phase of your life what it is. When are we going to start healing? Hmm? We all know that there are things, maybe you do, maybe you don't know. But maybe today is a time to recognize that there are things that we do need to work on or that you do need to work on. Wellness talked about it earlier. I am Tracy Lee talked about it. I'm talking about it. This conference is about us thinking about life different, thinking about who we are, picking up from where we left off. Or if you haven't left anything, becoming stronger and becoming more fine-tuned with what you're doing, right? What if you do, well, if you are a content creator and you just want to do content because you want to do it, that's fine. But at some point in time, you have to challenge yourself to do more than just what you want to do, right? Because, like Iron Tracy Lee said, our lives are not our own. And once you realize that your life is not your own, you will become more easy on yourself because you know that somebody is in need of what you have to offer. You don't have to go looking for anything. Somebody's always absorbing the things that you do. They could absorb the things that you don't even say verbally, but your gestures. They could absorb things that you do say. They could absorb the videos that you do put out. I'm not gonna lie. When I stopped doing Hello World, I was just like, what else am I gonna do now? Right? I started thinking that I was boring, and that, you know, I don't know, what else am I gonna put out? If there's no Hello World, what else can I do? But guys, there's so many things that I could do. I did cooking, I did exercising, I did little shorts. The point is, I'm never going to give up. I don't care how boring I may seem to myself, it doesn't matter. Because as long as I use this tongue the way that God, maker, creator, or whoever you believe in has intended it to be, which is to do nothing but try your best to show love as often as you can and as many times as you can, then what you say is not boring and is going to be of interest to the right people who need it at the right time. It's not about the glory and the fame. It never will be, guys. We should not be putting ourselves or others on pedestals that they can't live up to. Because at some point in time, we all are going to reach rock bottom. And if we're all at rock bottom, who's going to help us up? So be gentle with yourself. Speak loving words to yourself because people are only going to treat you how you treat yourself. If you treat yourself with high respect and high regard, and you take care of this vessel that you've been gifted for however many ageless years that we have, you're going to have people who appreciate you. You're going to appreciate yourself, and then you're going to appreciate that this thing that's right here is a gift. Some people will never make it to 10. Some people will never make it to 1. Some people will never make it to 60, 40, 30, 20. But wherever you are right now, you've made it and are making it. So start loving everything about you. And there's always things that you can fix. If it's a physical thing that you don't like, fix it. Find a way. We find ways to do things that we want. And most of the times it's by any means necessary. Trust me. I just want all of us to really start reviewing how beautiful we are, how amazing that we are, and the fact that we've been given the time that we have been given. And maybe you have been using it to the best of your ability. Maybe you were unaware that you could use it to the best of your ability, but you're aware now. And you're aware that no matter what trials or tribulations that you may go through on a daily basis, you got to be thankful. I know people who have it all and lost it all at the same time, but still have it all. I know people who don't have much of anything, but they still show gratitude. Now, you tell me how rich they are because their spirit is in a receptive mode and they're always going to be protected. Don't be worried about the material things, because you can't take that with you. But the legacy that you leave, that's going to move forward. That's going to go on. Nobody's going to be like, oh, yeah, this person was a millionaire. This person was a thousandaire. They're going to remember how you treated them. They were going to remember how you treated yourself. They may not say it all the time, but subliminally, they're going to know that. So start loving yourself and start treating yourself kindly. Start eating good if you're not. I'm speaking to myself too, y'all. Let me tell you this quick story, right? So while I was working today, you guys know I have my books, right? So there was a lady that came to the table and she was looking at all of the items. They liked the socks and whatnot. And then she saw my quote socks, right? And then I was like, yeah, that's my second book. And then she said, where are your others? So I showed her the other books. She skimmed through two of them. But then when she got to the vision board book, she was flipping through. And then she stopped at one page. She started crying, y'all. I felt bad. I was like, you want some tissue? Because I was like, what do you do when somebody reads something that you have written down? The power of the tongue, wrote down, and it affected her that way. She literally was crying. And when her, I guess it was her daughter that was with her, she was like, oh wow, you were crying about that one. She was like, I can't even breathe. She's like, I didn't come over here for this. I was like, I'm sorry. But if I did not do what I had been doing, I would not have been able to touch her, and she would not have been able to touch me. Because seeing that something that I wrote down from something that I experienced or something that I saw, how it affected her that way. Like people always be like, yeah, this is good, but I haven't had a crier. But that goes back to say what I am Tracy Lee said. We are little, basically, I'm paraphrasing, but we're little gifts to other people. I didn't know that it was going to affect her. I didn't know that what I had to say would have that kind of effect on somebody. Perfect stranger. I don't even remember her name. Oh, yes, I do. Her name was Diana because I signed a book for her. But you never know. And when I got to that event this morning, I was not in the best of moods. I felt like certain things weren't going right. And then I had to stop myself and show gratitude, like, Joy, you're supposed to be here. You got here. Settle down. Remember your purpose. Remember why you are here. It has nothing to do with how many sales you can get. It's about what I experienced that no one could ever have given me monetarily. The experience of seeing another human being that inspired or touched by something that I wrote a couple years ago, right? Because I published that book back in 2020, probably, or 21. I don't remember. But we are ageless, guys. So, whatever it is that you think that you cannot do, that will not have that much effect on this world, it does. It will. You may not see it, but trust and believe it will. Even if this woman did not come to the table and was emotional about something that I wrote from one of the quotes, pages aren't numbered. She was skimming through. So it happened right where she was supposed to see that. But if I didn't go through whatever it is, because she didn't tell me what quote it was, but if I didn't go through whatever it was that I wrote down at that time, it would not have been relatable to this person. The power of your tongue. Not every experience, not every bad experience is bad for you, but can be a building block for someone else who needs it more. I am a firm believer that the things that we go through, we can absolutely handle. But the testimony that we give, someone can't handle that. And imagine if you didn't share it. Imagine if you didn't go through it. Maybe they wouldn't be able to handle their life. I often talk about people who decide to end their lives. Imagine if what you had to give could help them through in order to get to the next step for help. But you got to go back to understanding how powerful this is, understanding how powerful it is when you love yourself, when you appreciate that you did not create you, and that whatever you have, however inadequate or adequate you may feel, you're at the point of where you are. And if you want to do more, then do more. But you can't give up. You cannot give up. You are not where you are, who you are, however ageless you are, to be here for no reason. So don't give up. Be gentle with yourself. Love yourself. Treat yourself kindly. And I guarantee the way you view humanity and the way you view God, your maker, creator, and the way you view others will turn into love. Because once this is love, it's going to flow with love and you're going to receive it. And everything that you've ever wanted, whether you know it or not, you're going to have. And then all of the goals that you may have had that may have been focused on monetary gain will change. And you'll be more happy, more fit emotionally. And you're going to grow. Because if you're not growing every day, you're not going to glow every day. And if you're not glowing every day, then you have to make those adjustments in order to be where you're supposed to be. Y'all, life is beautiful. Life is amazing. If you don't feel like any of that makes sense to you, then I guarantee you and I urge you to please start speaking kindly to yourself. Cry if you have to, if you can't even forge the words. Because there was a time in my life where I couldn't say anything good about myself because I didn't feel worthy. But the moment that I forced myself to start viewing myself in the light that God, creator, maker, whatever you believe in, created me to be, then it all started to make sense. And I am in full gratitude every day. The good, the bad, the ugly. I'm still working on my little short temper here and there. I'm a lot better. But, I'm more appreciative than I was last year of where I am and the things that I have. It's amazing to be able to say that you've been sustained by none of your will is amazing. And we all need to realize that. So that's all I really had to say. I'm going to have Wellness with Frugal Mama and Iron Tracy Lee come back up on the panel. If you guys have any questions for any of them, please, like I said, please subscribe and follow them. And your life is going to be enhanced. Everything that you have needed up until this point, you can get from others. These are a perfect example of Black excellence in women, who I'm thankful that I was able to run into and to meet. They've sold into my life, whether you guys know it or not. You sold into my life. Iron Tracy Lee, you already know. Wellness with Frugal Mama. If you didn't know, now you know. Like, I'm so grateful and I'm thankful that our lives have crossed and our paths have crossed. And if ever you need anything, always reach out. Like if you need to talk or just share anything, just reach out because that's what I want to be is here for everybody. All right, so let me put them back on the stream. You guys are still muted.
I'm unmuted. Can you hear me?
Yes. So does anybody have anything in the chat that they want to ask? You guys have anything more you want to say? Because like for real, I was sitting here like,
That's what I was saying. I was over there like, yes.
yes.
I'm in the background talking about thank you. Yes. Over here, amen. Hallelujah.
Yeah.
It was just very inspiring, encouraging. I mean, especially when you speak from a place that you've been, just ready to just give it all up. I too have shifted to the shorts and even sharing recipes, So I'm doing something different, but I'm not giving up, and I feel good about it.
Mm-hmm. And I'm glad we all kind of spoke about like what we say, how impactful what we say, not only to others, but to ourselves is. It's like power is powerful. And you have quotes everywhere. I do too. You can open up a cabinet in my house and it's some post-it note there.
Mm-hmm.
And I put some little notes in my kids' bag and stuff. I'd be like, I love you, mommy, love you.
Yeah, I love it. I love it.
My children have mantras. Like we all have mantras. You're like, I am. You are more than just your name. You are more. You are whatever you want to be. Ooh,
that's right.
I love it.
I love it too. That's actually some of the shorts I've been sharing mantras, daily mantras every single day, especially to just encourage people that when you start saying this, you're gonna start seeing this.
Right.
This shift the way that you. And it's not always easy when your reality is saying something different, but I am a witness that you can literally manifest what you want.
Mm-hmm. Yes, exactly. Like whatever you focus on, your actions will follow. So if you start to say these things, believe these things, then it has no other choice. Like I follow Life's Magical Journey, and she sent me this book, and it's saying that our subconscious mind does not know the difference between reality and non-reality. So we are so powerful, and if we just can realize that, and I mean, like, take away any selfishness, any fear and doubt. Oh, honey.
Yeah.
I mean, again, we might think that our life is supposed to evolve and be a certain way, but you just open up and let it just be. What did she say? Just do. Yes.
Just do. Yeah, where your focus goes, your energy will flow. Exactly. And where your energy flows, it's going to align with that it's flowing to, and you're able to. It's going to flow back to you, which is one of the things I learned. When you sit and you talk about people negatively, that's the energy that you're putting out. That's the energy that's going to come back, and so you're in this perpetual cycle of I can't get a breakthrough. I can't come out of this because your mouth. Sometimes you just got to watch what you say, pretty much. You better watch what you say.
Yeah, that's why I say I don't even I'm broke. I'm struggling. They be like the struggle bus. No, baby, you may be going through a challenge right now, but you ain't struggling. We not struggling over here. We like, hey, this is just a little stepping stool, and I got something on my vision board. Oh, y'all, let me show y'all right quick. I'm telling you, I'm not talking about this stuff. I'm actually being about this stuff.
Yes, I love it.
Okay, this talking about a detour. The next time something happens, that detour may have saved you from something.
That's right.
You gotta see it. You gotta believe it. It's everywhere around this camp, baby.
I love it. I love it.
Ain't nothing. You can't stop. And you talked about the like you be this close of your breakthrough. I'm telling you, if you don't go through something right before, it's gonna come. It is going to come because God gotta know that you're ready for your blessing.
That's right.
God gotta know that you're ready for it. If you can't handle this, then I'm gonna give you this.
Absolutely, and that's it.
You gotta make room for your blessing too. You gotta make room for your blessing and let go some of them toxins. Yep.
And they talk about that little digger. That digger, he was a mining, looking for the diamond in the rough. Kept digging and digging and digging. He was probably right here and said, "How man turned away." You could have just gone just a little bit further, and you would have been right there.
Yeah, something to think about. I mean, how many miracles have we walked away from?
Yes.
How many breakthroughs have we turned our back on because I'm just tired of digging. I'm tired of pressing. I'm tired of forging ahead. And then, I mean, ultimately we do get back to the place. And I love that you said that everything that we desire is waiting on us. The process is just preparing us for it.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
I want my stuff. I don't know about y'all.
I want it all.
That's right.
Exactly. I want it all. I want everything that's going to make this life right here
Yes.
more amazing than I could have imagined or planned it to be. Yep.
That's right.
Yeah.
I say, don't even talk about the sky is the limit, baby. The sky is not the limit.
What is it? It's a view. It's just a view.
What sky? About the universe. I don't even know what's out there. Galaxies, whatever else is out there.
I love that. Sky is not the limit. It's just a view.
Let's say the sky is not the limit. It's just a what?
It's just a view.
I like that. I like that.
Oh my! If y'all have not shared this live stream, what are you waiting for, honey?
I know, right?
Don't just keep this out to yourself. This has been powerful. Okay, yeah. I'm over here just like, oh yes,
my cheeks hurt.
Oh my gosh! But I'm exercising my face. I've been in strength training. Ooh, and I've been seeing some. It ain't no keto body. That keto body was terrible. That keto body ain't had no muscles. That keto body was straight up and down. I ain't had to weight. But I ain't had body either. This go around, I'm getting cut and chiseled and
there you go.
Strong and all of that.
Don't it feel good to feel strong?
It feels incredible. It feels incredible.
Yeah. I took a tent, like when I was leaving the event today, I didn't get to the gym today. So I had the tent, I had the weights, I had the bag of socks, and I had my book bag and my purse, and I was just the walk to the car was about a mile, right?
Oh, you got it in, sis.
Girl, I said, girl, lift your legs higher. Work on the legs, lift them high. And I was like, I can't, but it hurts. I kept going and going. I said, all right, you almost to the car. If you get to the car, you're gonna get what you wanted. And that's how I keep pushing myself, because it's like, if you go ahead and finish this, if you pass it, then you're going to get what you've been wanting, right? So even if it doesn't come true, at least it got me to the end.
It did. And you had a full body workout in the process.
I had a full body workout.
Leg day, arm day, back day, glute day. It was the everything. Everything day.
Yes. And I got my cardio. I was sweating by the time I got to the car. I was like, woo. But it was good though. It was good. So, I definitely enjoyed this. And like the way it came up, I just said, I had put it out there and I said if anybody wants to speak, just let me know. Cause this is about all of us. This is not a joy thing. This is not a Be the Difference thing. It just happens to be on a platform. And I just said, you know what? This is year 3. I forgot. This is typically done in September. And I said, well, who can I ask? And I was like, I didn't even know. But then I just said, you know what? Let me ask Wellness and let me ask Tracy Lee and see if they'll do it.
I feel honored. I honestly
and you guys said yes. And we didn't even talk every day, but we all ended up talking about the same thing. I'm telling you, I don't write notes, but I wrote it down this week. I wrote it down earlier this week what I wanted to talk about. And I said, it just hit me, the power of the tongue and how much. Y'all, please just start seeing your value. You know what I mean? Just see your value, and I guarantee your life is going to get better. And just like that, you talk about everything that I had on my list. I am Tracy Lee.
Wow. Wow.
And I'm telling you, I even say that about other people. You say like, oh, everybody I interact with, I try to see something good in them. And speaking into it, I'm reading How to Influence Friends, whatever the book is by Dale Carnegie right now too. And it said the same thing that I have been trying to implement. It just reinforced that I'm on the right track. When you start seeing things and it reinforces that you heading in the right direction, that is like, okay, just keep going. Because like, I don't care if it's somebody homeless. You know what? Well, I bet they happy because they ain't got to worry about no bills, no electricity.
That's right.
I try to find something beautiful.
That's right.
In everything and everybody. And because that, like you said, that there's everything is energy. It's either transferred or it's holding on to it.
That's
If it's
right.
negative, you hold on to it. In order to get that negative out, you gotta overwhelm it with positivity.
That's right. Yes. You got to overwhelm it with positivity. Another thing,
Mhm.
that point that you made, Queen Wellness, was that accountability partners are powerful. And
Mhm.
so, I find that helps me as well. My trainer is my accountability partner.
Mhm.
And she will hit me up like, I need you in the gym 3 days a week. I'm like, well, I just want to do 3 days,
Okay,
or
create.
if I gotta push out a couple of more reps, she's right there pushing me, oh, I'm going to give up. One time I felt like I was going to pass out. And she said, we're going to count to 10 and you're going to get back up and do it. And
I'm
I
talking, baby.
see myself when I'm working out, I see myself how I desire to be. That's
Mm.
my push. You got to
Mhm.
see it to see it. When you start to see it, you're going to start to see it, if that makes any sense. When you
Mhm.
start to see it, you're going to start to see it. And that's what I'm seeing. And, I'm grateful for her being my accountability partner, but I think it's imperative when people are in a hard place to find you somebody you trust to be accountable to, and then accept that accountability, because accountability partners ain't gonna come and skip you through the tulips. They're gonna be on you. So accept it.
Yeah.
She said, skip you through the tulips.
Oh, it ain't going down like that. They coming with a whip, honey, to get you. Nope. And it's good for you. It's good
Mhm.
for you. That's another reason I say my circle is a dot, because the people that are in my life, they can correct me. I'm open for that. I want to be a better
Yeah.
person. They know that I'm trying to get to the best version of me, and I know that they're trying to get to the best version of them. And so we're not a group of people who are easily offended. You know what I'm saying? We're in our feelings, especially knowing that when we do check one another, it's in the vein of love. It's so that I'm not going to have you out here looking crazy. I'm not going to
Mhm.
have you out here acting unseemly. Get in
Mhm.
line and get yourself together. And so I think that's powerful as well, when you can trust somebody to be accountable to, and vice versa.
Mhm. That's right. And that's one of the reasons why I just recently became a certified personal trainer and a certified health coach. And what's so funny, for years I was like, no, nope. I kept saying nope, because I didn't want to be responsible for anybody else. And I didn't want to be accountable for anybody else. But I'm like, we're not in this world alone.
That's right.
That is like, this is your destiny. You just saying no, no, but you are never going to be as happy as you could possibly be in as long as you denying your purpose.
That's
And then
right.
it just kept turning around. Okay, corporate trainer. Now, okay, I did that for 9 years. They sent me to different states, even to Canada, to train people at the corporate level.
Wow.
And I was
Okay.
like, I was trying to say, girl, just do what I'm trying to tell you to do, and stop denying your purpose and my plan for you. And then it came back around, and I started watching a whole bunch of not a whole bunch, it was only 3 personal trainers. They was like, okay, I was like, they was all older, and I was like, oh yeah, this good, I can do this. But I was
Mhm.
like, I can't nobody convince you to do what you know you're supposed to do.
That's
And
right.
the last thing I'm gonna say, because I'm gonna get over that problem here, but the last thing I want to say is, don't think that just because somebody else do something that you can do it. You can do it because you can do it. Whatever it is, you can do it because you can do it. Don't compare yourself to nobody
That's
else.
right.
Don't try to be like nobody else. Whoever you are, be you, honey, because God needed you. Otherwise, we'd be like the Stepford wives.
Yes.
Everybody be the same, look the same, walk the same, live the same. No, we so much diversity, so much love to give, and we all could give it our own individual way. So don't give up on your dreams, your goals, your aspirations, whatever they may be. Do you?
I know that's right. I'm gonna put you guys on the on the solo panel. So if you want to talk about, tell everybody how they can follow you, and definitely I'm Tracy Lee. Tell everybody about your vitamins, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Whatever you got going on business wise, whatever you got going on, just tell everybody that, okay?
Uh-huh.
I'm gonna start with you, wellness. Hold on, let me see. Okay, there we go.
I just gave my dissertation, but but yes, please follow me. I'm on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, all that, TikTok, wherever it is. It's Wellness with Frugal Mama everywhere. But I just my number one thing that I wanted to convey is, don't give up on you. And if you in a place remember that trouble don't like that. What that song? What thing Mr. Terry put in there? Trouble don't last always. Trouble in my path. Let the cry sometime. Okay, but yeah, just follow me on everything and reach out to me. But like I said, if you come to the morning workout, don't think it's just gonna be a physical workout, because we're working at the mind and the soul as well as the body. Because when those things are in balance, life is a little bit more manageable. We cannot say that we're gonna fix one dimension without making sure that everything else is in alignment, because we're not one-dimensional creatures, one-dimensional beings. And we weren't born in a world alone, so we all need each other. So there, come to the morning live, 6 a.m. Central Standard Time, 7 a.m. Eastern, Monday through Friday, and inspire and encourage yourself, and inspire and encourage one another. Together we stand, divided we fall. We tighter than pantyhose, 3 sides of smile. Keep on smiling, y'all, and don't give up. Peace.
Guys, you can find me online at I Am Tracy Lee on YouTube. I Am Tracy Lee on Instagram. I have several things happening right now and a couple of new channels. I do have a podcast. It is called Melanin TTV, and we are live. I have a co-host. We're live every Friday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So, you know, you guys also I have a YouTube channel for Melanin TV, so you can subscribe to it if you want to be a part of the podcast. If you're an Anchor or Spotify, it's also under Melanin TV. I'm currently the CEO and proprietor of Locks and Tea LLC. It is a wellness business, health and wellness, natural health and wellness business, holistic. And we too are in the business of helping people get to the place of achieving wellness, mind, body, and spirit. And so we are, we cater to the whole man. And so we do, we have sea moss, organic sea moss, both the gel and the capsules. We have all types of herbal remedies, teas, detoxes, and you can find a whole plethora of things for your wellness needs without the side effects. Let me just throw that out there, without the side effects at my Linktree, which is Linktree, link.tr/locks and tea, LOCXNTEA. And so yeah, I am on YouTube. I'm uploading currently once a week now, but I'm uploading 4 or 5 shorts a day. So if you want to check it out, you can definitely tap into I Am Tracy Lee. And it's, like I said, there's a lot going on. I'm in ministry as well. So I have a ministry YouTube channel, which is 365 Intentional. And you can follow my ministry page on Instagram at Adullam Reset Ministries. And it's, like I said, it's a lot going on, but we keeping up with the flow, with our passion and our purpose. And again, I just want to leave this with you guys, just as our sister did. The theme of tonight is never give up. Remember your why when you are feeling like that's it for me. Remember why you started. You still got 69 days left in 2022. There's a whole lot that could be done between now and December 31st, 2022, and you can finish strong. Again, I want to put it out there, and just, you may want to put it down on one of your sticky notes so you can remind yourself when you put limitations on what you can do, achieve, and accomplish in your life, that the sky is not the limit, it's just a view.
I know that's right. Y'all, that was so dope. So my name is Joy from Be the Difference Clothing. Thank you all for being here, supporting all of us. And this is for all of us. So I hope that you were filled. I hope that you started thinking about life a little differently. You can find me on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook at B as in boy, T as in Tom, D as in dog, LLC. I try to post something inspirational every day on the platforms, just short little videos. I'm trying to ramp back up my YouTube channel as well. So definitely check out the channel and the different things on the channel. I try my best to support everybody as often as I can. So you may see me and I try my best. But I'm definitely saying that yes, I agree that I am Tracy Lee. The vitamins that I had, they were really good. I have to reorder some. It was the CMOS vitamins. So definitely check that out because I want to be well inside. I want my gut to be healthy. Um, but definitely check out BeTheDifferenceLLC.com for the hoodie, the books, or anything. Just remember the purpose is to inspire the person wearing and those that see the messages. So I appreciate you guys for being here at another YouTube We the People Presents Never Give Up YouTube conference. If you are interested in being on one of the panels or if you want to host it, then just let me know. This is for all of us, not just like I said before, it's not a Be the Different thing, it's all of us. So I hope you guys have a beautiful night, and whatever you do, never give up. So, my name is Joy from Be the Difference Clothing, and I and all of us are signing out from another YouTube conference. Enjoy the rest of your evening. See you soon.